Come in.
Go away.
We're filming!
Hello everyone.
Welcome back to our channel. So in today's video, we're gonna be sharing 10 ways we save money while we travel. We get this question a lot in person and in comments. How are we able to travel so often and how can we afford it? So we put together a list of 10 ways that we personally save money while we travel.
I know a lot of people save money different ways when they travel, but this is just how we do it and what works best for us and how we are able to travel so often.
Before we list the 10 ways we save, I want to start off quickly explaining how we're able to get time off from work to travel. We both do have full-time jobs.
Yeah, for me personally, I have a certain amount of vacation days that I can take, which I obviously took for when we went to Ireland, but I also can just take unpaid time off.
So mine, I'm a little differently because I work for a much smaller company. I can just ask my boss for days off, basically whenever, and as long as like they kind of fit with his schedule, and I make sure to plan them with his schedule as well. He most of the time will just say yes. But like again, on the downside there, I don't get paid vacation days.
So let's get into our list.
Yes. Okay, so number one is buying tickets. Now, I know a lot of people say like they swear by like this website or do this, but we do everything.
We literally research every single website out there. We compare all the different prices.
I mean, if we're gonna be spending this much money on a flight, we're gonna make sure we're getting the best deal.
And I know like I forget which trip we went on, you had Google alerts on your phone on when the cheapest flight was happening.
But that's also how we kind of plan our trips and decide like where we're going. One of the reasons why we went to Bermuda is because flight tickets to Bermuda were only a couple $100s.
We plan our destination around the flight ticket prices. And we don't ever like upgrade unless it's a reasonable price and like if we have that in our allowance, but we don't usually upgrade to like first class or better seating. Like most of the time we'll be in the back of the plane and like we don't mind.
And also we're open to layovers. So if like a flight requires a layover instead of going directly there and it saves you money that way, we're gonna do the layover, obviously.
I'm not sure if this is probably the smartest way of doing it, but it's just the way we've always done it. We'll book our flight tickets before we even request for the days off, because like if we request for a certain like days off and then we realize that the flight tickets are cheaper like 3 days before, then we're like wasting vacation days or not having vacation days enough.
Listening to that now though kind of sounds so risky.
It does sound risky.
But I mean, I feel like we are comfortable with our jobs enough to know that yes, we have vacation days and we're gonna be
they're gonna give us the time. So the second way we save a lot of money while traveling is that we'll go to our destination at an off season. Like for example, was it 3 years ago, we went to Sicily in April.
I mean, it's like the beginning of it. It's like still really early because it still wasn't even that warm. Like we couldn't even go to the beach.
Warm at all,
I mean, Sicily's known for its beaches and it was still kind of too cold to go to the beaches. Yeah.
And like we went to Ireland in June. That's kind of not a touristy month
Not
at
for
all.
Ireland at least.
And like you and Joanna went to London
in February. Like that was like the cheapest trip across the ocean.
I would say the only trip that we went on that was during like a popular month to go to was we went to Florida in August 2 years ago. I don't think we were as conscious about saving money as we are now because those tickets were kind of expensive. I just knew I wanted to go on vacation in August.
And we learned from our mistakes. Even though it's off season, I mean, every single one of those trips we just mentioned, we still extremely enjoyable. The best time. Like it's not like we didn't enjoy any of them. Like, I remember in London in February, I think it was on Valentine's Day, it was almost 70 degrees.
And in Ireland, even though quite a few of the days were extremely cold, I still had like the best time ever. Yeah. This
would probably be a common one, especially if you're looking up ways to save money. I'm sure everyone mentions this, but don't go always looking at hotels.
Hotels will most of the time never be your cheapest option.
We look into a lot of things, but we're most comfortable with Airbnb.
Yeah, and with our Ireland trip, we got to know hostels a little bit more, which surprisingly I found were very convenient.
We were so
extremely nice.
Nervous. At least I was personally so nervous.
I wasn't that nervous.
I was booking these hostels, like I didn't know what to expect. Like I was very nervous. But we stayed in how many hostels? Like 5?
Yeah.
4 or
I think
5?
It was 5.
But like for the most part,
there was only one.
That was
one
in
Belfast
iffy.
that we were like, okay.
Yeah.
But that was just because of cleanliness issues. It wasn't actually because of the people that were there, because we did have our own room.
With Airbnb, you don't always have to rent the entire house.
You can rent a room.
You can rent just a room.
You can even rent a bed.
In Dublin, you can find a room for $20 a night. Also, you have to be wary in places, rural places, like when I went to South Dakota, when there's not gonna be that many Airbnbs open, it will be cheaper to go with hotels. So you kind of just have to be, once again, do your research, do shopping around. Don't be like stuck into one website. Also, as you're going with cheap hotels, like I don't think we've had a bad Airbnb experience. We might have just been lucky. I mean, like, let us know.
I don't even know.
Let us know in the comments if you've had bad Airbnb experiences in the past. 'Cause I am curious about that.
Because we've traveled through Airbnb a lot, and we've never had a bad experience.
And I've had bad hotel experiences.
We like to travel in groups, meaning whenever we decide to go somewhere, whenever we know that we want to go somewhere, whenever we plan a trip, we will ask family members, friends, anyone that we know,
join us.
Would you like to come on this trip with us? So for example, in 2017, we traveled with 3 other friends. Last year, we asked Patrick to come with, and once again, a couple weeks, or last month when we went to, actually, oh my gosh, that's 2 months ago now. Wow. When we went to Ireland, we asked Patrick to come with us, so we naturally all split.
And then when I went
cost.
to like London in February, I had my sister and my niece.
Yeah, and then when you went to South Dakota, you had once again
2 of my friends.
So when we travel, we definitely like to travel in groups so we can split the cost a lot, and that does help you save on money because things such as hotels, food, transportation, splitting that up into 3 ways.
5 ways.
Yeah, exactly, because when we did 5 ways for splitting the rental car, it made it so much more affordable and so much cheaper, and that's just so much easier on our bank accounts.
And a plus, it's more fun the more people you have.
Definitely,
So,
yeah.
Luggage can get pricey.
A checked bag can be very expensive.
If you can, minimize the amount of luggage you're bringing. So if you could share a luggage between like the people in your group, share.
Definitely do it. Because checked bags,
like for what we know, is now like $60.
A minimum of $60
there,
one way.
And then $60 back. And then if you're in the other country, you're gonna pay €60, which comes out to more in dollars. So
that's like $120 you could be saving if you could use one checked bag.
It's something so small, you're thinking, oh, it's just $60. But like everything you're gonna be trying to save in the end is gonna amount to something.
It all adds up. We've done that a couple of times, and I kind of wish we did that in Ireland, or even just took a carry-on bag in Ireland, because we did the whole bus tour hostel thing that which you guys saw in our Ireland video.
If not, go watch it.
Because we were constantly on the go and we weren't at one hotel for the entire 2 weeks, we like had to take our luggage with us every single place that we went. Every night we'd have to take our luggage with, and like mine did get kind of heavy just because like we kept adding stuff to it. It would just be easier if like each had one large carry-on bag.
But that's once again something we learned. You don't need to bring your whole wardrobe with you. You're not gonna wear it.
And especially because most of the places that we went to, or the hostels, did have like a washing machine and dryer.
So yeah, try minimizing your luggage. That will save you in the long run.
Especially if you're traveling internationally. What we learned was that always pay in the currency of the country that you're in. So like when we were in Ireland, we paid in, well, depending on what part of Ireland we were in, we paid in either euros or pounds. When you swipe with your card, especially your debit card or your credit card, they'll ask you whether you want to pay in US currency. At first, we were doing the US currency just because like that's what I was comfortable with and that's what I was familiar with.
We had no idea.
But then someone else that was on the tour with us said, like, no. Yeah, they're like, no, definitely go with the currency of the country that you're in because you will save
the currency exchange rate. Like,
yeah.
You'll save money that way. Things like as simple as that, you don't even realize that you're spending more money by just as simple as pressing USD. We tend to spend so much money
because we like to eat a lot.
We like to eat, okay? We like to eat. So this is a very big one for us. You don't have to eat out all the time when traveling. Go to grocery stores, make your own food.
And especially if you went with an Airbnb where you have your own house and you have a kitchen.
Yes, lots of places also
your own food.
Offer breakfast. So that's a side note. Get places like hotels and hostels and all those places that get breakfast. Most of them do. And yes, if you're in that foreign country, you're gonna want to try their like authentic food. So I'm not saying like don't ever eat out. We always have one fancy night where we dress up.
Now we don't always not eat out. Yeah, we have that one fancy night where we dress out, we go to a nice restaurant, and we'll order what we want, we'll indulge ourselves for one night of the trip.
And then there's other times during the trip we'll eat out as well, you know, like try,
but it won't be like a fancy
super
place.
Expensive.
When we went to Bermuda, the food was so expensive. We only ate out, I want to say 3 or 4 times of the entire 2 weeks that we were in Bermuda, just because we couldn't afford to.
And we can set these boundaries for ourselves, and we'll always still end up spending more food than we want,
yeah. But not as much as if we were eating out every single meal, every single stop that we made for food. obviously, when you're in a new country or a new city that you've never been to before, you're going to want to know more about that city. You're going to want to go on tours. But one way to save money on this is to go on self-guided tours. Every single place that we went to, every single museum, it is cheaper by between like $5 and $20 to go on a self-guided tour, which doesn't mean you're getting any less information because they'll still give you the pamphlets. It's just you're not with a physical person there telling you exactly about everything. For example, in our Ireland trip, we went to Giant's Causeway, self-guided. We went to Dublin Castle.
And I know lots of, like in London, I think one was like £25 cheaper without a tour guide to do the, where was it, Kensington Palace? So next,
this kind of ties in with what we were saying before.
not everyone can get this. This is only for the certain crowd. But the next one is student discounts. They can save you a lot.
I have my student ID on me wherever I go, and we saved quite a bit of money on student discounts when we went to Ireland, and even like you and Patrick.
So the funny thing is, she'll show her student discount, say she's a student, and then like, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm gonna say I'm not a student. I don't think they feel bad charging me full price and only her like the discounted price. So like, it's happened so many times. Like, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna charge you for 2 students.
So if you're a student, be sure to always travel with your student ID
because
on
you will get the discount.
This one's a little difficult because I love to buy things and bring them home for my little siblings, but you can save a lot of money by not buying souvenirs or just not getting a lot of souvenirs. Like, you can still get a few little things, but don't go out and spend like hundreds of dollars on souvenirs.
This is a hard one for me too because I love bringing things home from the places I've been and just like
having
showing
memories.
everyone. Yeah,
exactly.
like, I like my desk at work, little souvenirs. I have my bedroom, little souvenirs.
Yeah, exactly.
Car,
I've got like Ireland stuff.
You have Bermuda bumper sticker. Like,
exactly.
These little things that we just love. So these are hard ones for us.
When you are buying souvenirs, try to stay away from those little souvenir shops because things can get
they're gonna take advantage of you there.
Exactly. So if you can buy like a cute little Ireland pencil at the local grocery store instead of the souvenir shop, the pencil at the grocery store will be like 50 cents, whereas the pencil at the shop will be like
€2.
$1.50 or yeah.
We have a bonus one. We didn't have this one as part of our 10 because we've never followed this one. And
I mean, I honestly,
honestly,
every single time I go to the airport, I have like this resolution to not spend money at the airport.
We try. Like, we'll make plans not to. But like, we know this is like the stupidest one too. Like, everyone knows not to do this. Buy airport food.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Ever.
Don't do that.
Just don't.
We fail every single time. We get to the airport, we're on this long layover, we're starving, we're cranky, we're crabby, we're going to no sleep, and we want food. Just don't. You'll get home and you'll regret that meal.
Airport food is disgusting. So it's never going to be worth it.
I hope this was all helpful for you all. Do you have any ways that you find you save more? Like, let us know because I am curious as well.
All right, that is it for this video. Thank you all for watching.
I hope you'll enjoy this. We'll see you all in next week's video. Bye.